Question, it is a much, much, much bigger deal than the sports world appears or seems to me to be making of it so far. And again, I am dumbfounded, Stephen A. Smith, by the lack of reaction that Jordan Spieth got yesterday afternoon for putting himself in the strongest position ever since this record was achieved by Ben Hogan, the late, great Ben Hogan, in 1953, a year in which he won the first 3 majors. Jordan Spieth put himself in the strongest position since then, stronger than Tiger Woods, stronger than Jack Nicklaus, stronger than Arnold Palmer, to close this deal. And the reaction seemed to me to be, that's cute, that's nice, ho-hum, on to the next golf story. What I heard and felt last night, Stephen A. Smith, was that Tiger Woods achieved more hype and buzz going into this tournament. The new improved Tiger, who was back and had the best chance yet to break back through and win yet another major championship before this started. I felt more impact from that story than I felt for this kid last night. And I still believe that this kid, only 21 years of age, is being underhyped and underpublicized in the shadow that the great Tiger Woods still casts. And again, we were all spoiled rotten by the electrifying performances that Tiger Woods once gave us. Seems to me like it's a long, long time ago, because clearly we have to go all the way back to '08 since the last time Tiger broke through and won a major championship at the United States Open. But to me, the reaction of the golf community still seems to be, hey, if it's not Tiger, it's not that big a deal. It's okay. It's a nice story. But ho-hum, it really doesn't matter that much if it's not Tiger Woods. And Stephen A., if you don't mind, I'm going to hold up today's USA Today sports section. Can you see this headline atop the sports page? Now yes, I'm going to read it to you. Amateur, aces gather atop the leaderboard. So the first reference in this headline is to the amateur Paul Dunn, who's actually a little bit older than Jordan Spieth is, who was tied for the lead, kid from Ireland, tied for the lead at the Open, the British Open last night. I get it. That's a nice big story, but it's not Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth is mentioned in the 5th paragraph of this lead golf story almost as an, oh, by the way, world's #2 Jordan Spieth. Really? Now, again, I'm not taking a shot at USA Today. Love this newspaper. Read it cover to cover every morning. I think this typifies the general sports world reaction as of last night going into today. And for those who don't know or don't care, just for the record, Arnold Palmer won the first 2 in 1960, but was 4 back going into the final round. Jack Nicklaus won the first 2 in 1972, but was 6 back going to the final round. Tiger Woods came completely apart after winning the first 2 majors in 2002, was all the way 12 back going into the final round of the British Open. Jordan Spieth was a shot back. Jordan Spieth just birdied #1 today. Jordan Spieth parred #2. I'm not sure what he's doing on #3 because we're on the air now. But he is in a commanding position to close this deal. And to me, the sports world is still sitting back and saying, yeah, but it's not Tiger Woods. Your thoughts, please.
Well, my point is that, you know, I appreciate you so early. I mean, immediately following the weekend, you make me laugh because you're literally sitting there feeling, you know, coming across as if, you know, just you're shocked, and it has such an incredulous attachment to it when it comes to your emotions. I don't understand that. It's exactly what I told you it was. If you are a golf aficionado, you can look at somebody like Jordan Spieth, who, you know, obviously shot a 66, was 11 under after Sunday, really showed up, got basically, as far as I'm concerned, got a little ticked off at his play over the first 2 days and really amped it up another level, which shows his competitive fervor, and that's something to applaud.
Especially after the front 9 yesterday, right, when he bogeyed 9.
Exactly,
And then he got a little miffed.
Yeah. He got a little miffed after he bogeyed on 9. My point to you is that that's one of the things, to touch on your point, where you're absolutely right, and you should have a deep appreciation for the level of competitiveness that he's bringing to the table, because it's not just about his greatness. It's not just about his accomplishments in winning 2 majors already, on the cusp of tying Ben Hogan and his record in 1953. It's about the fact that there's a competitive fervor that comes attached with that skill set, that when he is down and when he is behind and when he is looking at his game and he's not overly impressed, this dude actually gets an attitude and then comes up the rear roaring and ready to run over everybody. And I think that's an incredible trait for somebody of his skill set to have, and he deserves a lot of credit for that, which you are giving him. But Skip, that's talking about the sport of golf. If you really, really want to blame the world about why it's all about Tiger, who was just straight garbage, to be quite honest with you. I mean, when you look at the way that he played, just finishing as awful as he was, 5 back first day, 2, was it 238 in game, day 2, can't even make the cut, for crying out loud. Didn't birdie 1 single shot, just embarrassing, to be quite honest with you, which just conjures up, memories of my soliloquy that I echoed just a few weeks ago when I said he needs to retire and step away from the game. But the reason why Tiger, to get to my point, still is bigger news than the Jordan Spieths of the world, Skip, look no further than in the mirror. Look at yourself. Because you, being a golf aficionado that you are, playing and loving the sport and watching it as religiously as you do, capable of giving lessons on it, for crying out loud, as much of a student of the game as you are, you know better than me or most others that Tiger, being the transcendent figure, you got caught up in that too.
Sure.
So you basically spoiled the golf world about talking about more than just golf when it came to Tiger. So the fact that Tiger has fallen off the map, just getting back to talking about golf, ain't enough for anybody outside of golf aficionados or avid golf lovers. If you want to get the average Joe out there, mainstream America, really talking, I'm not talking about noticing what he did on highlights on SportsCenter or whatever, but if you want to get people talking about Jordan Spieth, then he has to be a transcendent figure, or at least let time pass, because we've been so spoiled by the transcendent figure that Tiger Woods is, that we forgot about Spieth. Even when we talked about Mickelson, to some degree when we talked about Rory McIlroy, the fact of the matter is it was either during the height of the Tiger era with Mickelson, or immediately in the aftermath of Tiger's dissension with Rory McIlroy. So ultimately you found yourself talking about these guys, using them as an excuse to get into Tiger, which made the stories more relevant. But because Jordan Spieth is up there right now and marching towards the #1 spot in the world, and Tiger walked into this weekend ranked 241st in the world and looking like he's nosediving even more, if that's possible, what do you expect? You expect what you're getting, which is Jordan Spieth. Really looks great. Here he comes. Well, we wish him luck. For those that are watching golf today, outside of that, everybody's going to work, doing what they want to do, going about their business. That's just the way it is.
Okay, but can you grasp the fact that what Jordan Spieth has done so far this golf season might just be, if he closes his deal today, beyond anything Tiger Woods ever accomplished, as great as he was? And I've often called him the most dominant player for a stretch we've ever seen in the history of golf. But can you understand? Yeah. Okay, so what he's doing has not been done for 62 years. He is dominating the sport in a way right now that even Tiger, in performance, in achievement, did not dominate. But because Jordan Spieth is just a nice kid from Dallas, Texas, with no rough edges, no big backstory, he doesn't curse on the golf course. He didn't get in any trouble when he was in college at the University of Texas. He didn't get suspended. There's no rough edge to him. I find him to be a little arrogant, but he's that sort of oxymoronic, humble arrogant. He still comes off as a nice kid, a courteous, nice kid. Well, that doesn't play well in today's world. Somehow, that doesn't capture the imagination. Tiger was a thunderstorm waiting to happen. Tiger, from the start in 1997, let go of curse words. They flew out of his mouth in front of those boom mics on the tees and near the greens. So again, that made him a little edgy, a little, like, oh, wow, the kids were amazed by Tiger Woods.
Well, again, you're not wrong, Skip, because you're never wrong about your golf, but you're giving an incomplete picture. And here's what I mean by that. When you talk about Jordan Spieth, you talk about the outcome. When you talked about Tiger's game, you literally talked shot after shot after shot. Something amazing happened seemingly with each round as it pertained to Tiger. Whether it was something out of the rough, whether it was something off the tee, whether it was his putting or whatever the case may be, there was something. Whereas with Jordan Spieth, he just seems to be methodical. He continuously comes at you. Doesn't necessarily blow you away with a wow moment or moments of greatness per se. He's just consistently very gifted at what he does for the most part. And it seems to be more so than the competition at this moment in time. So in the case of Jordan Spieth, you're looking at the results. In the case of Tiger, you are literally, just transfixed moment to moment because of the greatness you may witness at a particular moment in time, and you don't want to miss it. You don't even want to blink because you might miss it.
Yeah.
That's the dichotomy that exists between the two. Sure, all of those other things that you said are absolutely correct. But with Jordan Spieth, I find myself waiting to see the score. With Tiger, I need to see him play when he was in his prime.
Okay.
I needed to see him swing. With Jordan Spieth, all right, where's he at? Where's Day at? Where's Oosthuizen at? Where are these guys at? That's just the way it is.
So, quick comment for me on the headline I showed you in today's USA Today. Amateur, aces gather atop the leaderboard. Jordan Spieth happened to be just one of those aces atop the leaderboard.
Right.
He's one shot back from a chance to do something that is all-time great, and he's not even in the headline of today's USA Today. Not taking a shot at them. This typifies, I think, the general reaction.
And I'm saying to you, all they're saying is he'll be a headline tomorrow if he wins. But right now we're waiting to see, is he going to match Ben Hogan's mark from 1953 where he won 3 straight majors within a calendar year? Is he going to do that? That's all anybody's waiting for with Jordan Spieth. If it were Tiger in his prime, we would be looking at him every swing. Do you remember there were times when SportsCenter and other networks literally went away from their scheduled programming to watch Tiger swing? I mean, think about that. That's what went on with Tiger.
Hey,
that ain't Jordan Spieth.
Tiger in his prime? Are you kidding me? What if Tiger had been the first black golfer to break through and win at Augusta National, win the Masters in '97, and had gone on to win the U.S. Open, and then gone to the British Open, and after 3 rounds had been 1 shot back? Do you know what a nuclear bomb would drop in the national and international media? Not just the golf media, but just in general. Again, Tiger, on a sociological level, had shattered through. He had not just broken through, he had shattered the golf world by winning the Masters in 1997. So that's not his prime. That's at the start.
That's right. You're absolutely correct. But I'm just saying his prime, meaning Tiger at his best.
Sure.
Because that's how much he had us mesmerized. Jordan Spieth doesn't hit us that way. He hits golf aficionados that way because you and so many others have an appreciation for golf that most people do not. So in that world, Jordan Spieth is going to resonate profoundly.
I'm just wondering, when are we going to let go of Tiger Woods? Because we're not letting go. He's still the biggest story in golf. As garbage as he is right now, biggest story in golf.
Skip, I'll admit to you, I believe that the dissension that we are witnessing with Tiger Woods right now, it may very well lead to that. I think the beginning of the end of this aura regarding Tiger Woods, as slow as it has been to get to that point, I think after this right here, what I saw over those first 2 days, Tiger really needs to go away. And by the way, he's embarrassing himself by constantly telling people he's right there. He's not right there. He looks like straight garbage. And I mean, listen, I'm sure anybody can resurrect themselves. But to watch Tiger right now, it's
Yep.
getting to the point where it's painful to watch him, and you literally are finding yourself feeling sorry for him. He really needs to think about taking a break away from the game and just disappearing, because he's not himself at all. He's not even a shell of himself anymore. It's a disaster.